What's going on, guys? Welcome to Dime Dropper, episode 36 of our 24-minute recaps. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe on YouTube at Dime Dropper Podcast. Make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Make sure to follow us on Spotify. And, of course, follow us on social media, all platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Dime Dropper Pod. So for tonight, I'm sorry, but it's going to be a very short episode. I only got to watch the Laker game. I was actually working on watching a different game for another video I have planned soon instead of the Warriors and the Mavs. I heard it was a great game, a great duel between Luka and Steph. So I'll make sure to get that. I'll watch that game tonight, and I'll get it to you tomorrow after the Clipper game before the Super Bowl starts. So I'll do a Clipper recap tomorrow after we play the Kings, and I'll include the Mavericks game and maybe another game if I can squeeze it in. I highly doubt it, though. Sorry to my Suns fans. I'm sorry I've been lagging a bit. I saw you guys beat these Pistons last night, so that was a good sign. But Hawks, Nets, no KD, no Harden, I believe it was. So I don't know if I'm going to watch that either. We'll see. I'll be back for the Clipper game tomorrow, but let's get into it already. Lakers and Pistons. Pistons were really shorthanded. They were missing Blake Griffin, Wayne Ellington, and Derrick Rose. And I really liked what the Lakers did early. Got the ball to Anthony Davis low. We talk about this all the time. Low post position, all right, around the left block. Mid-post area, 12 feet, 15 feet away from the basket, face-up jumpers. You know, one dribble, spins over the right shoulder. AD was cooking. He had like 8 points, 10 points right away, all around the basket, not settling for any jumpers. You know, LeBron was doing okay. Dennis Schroeder was coming off screens, taking people baseline. That dude is so fast. But I thought it was a pretty good first quarter from the Pistons because of Jeremy Grant and Mason Plumlee, but mainly because the Lakers were turning the ball over like crazy. And especially the bench when they came in, I think Caruso and THT committed 4 turnovers within the span of 3 minutes or so. And that led to the Pistons being up by 2 after 1. But eventually THT made up for those turnovers with some nice takes to the basket. He's really starting to perfect that, you know, that right-handed scoop layup going to the left side and using the glass. And I thought Kuz was awesome in the first half, just offensive rebounding, put back. You know, he's really increased his defensive IQ. You know, he knows where to be. He knows when to double team. You know, he knows when to play help defense. He was hitting some threes. I thought he was having a really good first half. And LeBron was getting some easy baskets in transition, pushing the pace, finding his guys. And that's why the Lakers were up by 9 points at the half. But the third quarter, I thought AD completely went away from what he did so well in the first half, and he literally just became a jump shooter again. And a lot of that was because Mason Plumlee, you got to give him credit. He was guarding him for a large majority of the second half, and he was forcing him way far from the basket. And that's the thing about AD, though. Was it, you know, is it play calling? Is it AD being lazy, not wanting to exert energy to fight and get post position? I mean, you got to put pressure on the refs. Where's that? You know, when you scored 10 points in the first quarter, where's the relentlessness to try to go get 30, try to go get 40? I know he ended up getting 30, but it was in a double overtime game. Where was that? So, you know, LeBron, he was getting better. He was having a going through the like cruising kind of game. He was playing well. I thought Dennis Schroeder was really good though, coming off screens, hitting jumpers. KCP was very quiet. You know, he got a couple good looks in the third, but I also think that because of that, he was pretty poor defensively. A lot of times he would get lost off the ball or he was over helping. And I think that KCP is one of those guys that, you know, he gets a lot of his production off ball. So when he's not getting shots, he's not involved in the offense. For example, tonight he only shot 6 times and he only shot 1 3. And the Lakers as a whole only shot 19 threes, which is very 2000s, very 2010s. You know, to shoot that little of threes. I like that because it's old school. But, you know, you would like to ideally have KCP shooting some more threes and generating some more open looks. A lot of it, especially in the fourth quarter for the Lakers, went really stagnant. You know, AD and LeBron, they were solid in the third. LeBron kind of was playing very well in the third, but then he got to 21 points in the fourth quarter. AD scored 6 points, but it was really Josh Jackson. I thought that the Pistons actually, you know, they were getting a lot of open threes all game, but because of how shorthanded they were, a lot of these open threes were falling to guys like Sadiq Bey, who was just having a really off night. Sekou Doumbouya, who's shown me nothing offensively at all in his career so far. He was a lottery pick. I think he was like the 9th pick. He clearly has good size, athleticism, length on defense, has a good body for that. But in terms of offense, he has shown me nothing. And this Pistons team is just not very good. But Josh Jackson started splashing in the third quarter. Splashing. I really don't think that the Lakers' defense was any better in that third quarter. I think the Pistons were just missing. And then all of a sudden they started hitting. But in the fourth quarter, it was really just the Lakers getting really complacent, but also just very stagnant, not moving the basketball. It was a lot of LeBron dribbling out the shot clock like crazy, a lot of Anthony Davis, getting the ball 20 feet from the basket and taking a couple dribbles and taking a contested jumper, a lot of dribbling from Dennis Schroeder, and just taking too long to get into your stuff. I know they wanted to let the clock run out or whatever, and because of that, their defense wasn't as good. I saw AD get beat off the dribble a couple times. LeBron, left with a guy scoring a layup right next to him, and he's looking at a teammate like, what should I have done? Should we have been talking there? Whatever. Lakers have this, they play down to their comp sometimes, and overall, and also LeBron looked like he was pulling a Kawhi for a second in terms of last night's Kawhi, where he was just bricking everything to end the game. It was weird. Just very, not like we haven't seen that before on occasion, but yeah, we went to the overtime, deadlock then. I thought it was a good defensive possession by LeBron at the end to force the miss from Grant. But in the second overtime, AD hit a 3. That gave the Lakers. By the way, I thought Dennis Schroeder did a really good job of penetrating, creating. That was that one play where he handed it off to AD as he was driving, and then there was another one where he kicked it to AD in the corner for a 3. And then LeBron got hot. LeBron hit those 2 threes, and that was clutch, man. And LeBron has been, as I said, even though he looked like he almost screwed it up tonight, I thought the Lakers were really lucky with how much they turned the ball over. Really lucky. 22 turnovers, I believe. At least it was for one portion of the game. But LeBron hit the big shots over Mason Plumlee. They were hunting out that switch. And you know what? LeBron's jumper this season, by the way, it was 23 turnovers for either side. But with LeBron's jumper this season, it's been rolling. It's been rolling. He made the big shots when he needed to. And I think as of tonight, after last night's performance, as much as I hate to say it, I think LeBron is edged right there with Kawhi in that MVP race, right behind Embiid. I would also potentially throw Jokic in there, but I think the Nuggets need to win more games. It's not really a realistic claim right now for Jokic. So I'd say Embiid right now at the top of the MVP race with Kawhi and LeBron right next to him. I would say Kevin Durant as well, but the league seems to have fucked up his case a lot last night. That was a hit to his stat line, a hit to the Nets as they lost, and it was just whack to see what happened. KD called them out on it, and I respect him for doing so. But LeBron did a good job. He won the game. The Lakers, it was shaky, but they got the job done. LeBron finished. He played a lot of minutes, though, man. A lot of minutes. 13 of 26, 33, 11 assists, 5 boards, 4 steals, 7 turnovers, though. That's too much. Anthony Davis, 30 points. I thought he had a really solid night. Slowed down in the second half, though, except the fourth quarter, he was good. But I still think he could have been better. 13 of 22. Just because when you start out that promising, show me a little more. Kuzma, in the overtime, he didn't even look like he wanted to touch the ball. 14 points, 5 of 10, but I don't know what happened if he went, he was just over it. He was tired. I don't know. Dennis Schroeder, really solid. Plus 11, 22 points, 7 of 9. He made all his free throws. He was 8 of 8 from the line. But I also thought THT in the end, even though he could turn the ball over 3 times, 10 points. I thought he was solid. Sometimes not alert on defense, not making the right decisions and having the right positioning. But I thought Caruso also came in, and he wasn't as good as most nights because he turned the ball over too much 3 times. But 10 points still helped out a bit here and there. And the Lakers ultimately came out with the win. That's all for tonight, guys. We'll be back tomorrow early morning after the Clipper game at 2:30 Pacific time, 5:30 Eastern time, right before the start of the Super Bowl. Shouldn't be that long of a recap. Now we're going to the YouTube subscribers, waiting patiently. Super chats are turned on. Drop $1 or a dime if possible. Thanks so much. Peace. What's up, y'all? You can talk now if you want. What's up, y'all? What are you guys arguing about? Oh, God. Are Michael George and Seth arguing? Michael George. Still talking trash about the Clippers? Michael George, why are you so hostile, bro? What's wrong with you? Yeah, like up the stream. Like up the stream. I just told you when I'm going live tomorrow. What teams will I be covering in the playoffs? We're going to watch every game in the playoffs, guys. Don't think this is a game. I don't miss playoff games. I don't think I didn't miss a full playoff game in all the 2019 playoffs. What's good, Dime? I'm a new sub. What's up, Mr. Type of Shot? Welcome to the channel, G. Michael George is the most bitch name I've ever heard. Okay, Niona T. Calm down. What is Michael George saying? Yo, what is Michael George saying that has you guys on his head so much? I think Curry does have a chance at him. I think Curry has a chance, but I just don't think so. Z Visions. I'm sorry. I did forget I was going to talk about the Heat and the Wizards. Dude, that looked good. That was more like the old Heat. Loved it. Wizards didn't come out to play, though, but I loved it. Dime Dropper. LeBron James was clutch in OT. I said that. In double OT. I like the Heat game. Kawhi needs to quit on these bum-ass Clippers and bring it to the Celtics. Get out of here, bro. No, Kawhi was the reason we lost last night. Kawhi dropped 14 points in Game 7 of the second round, so he doesn't need to leave nothing. He's acting like a bum right now, okay? That's harsh, but if you're going to call the Clippers bums, I'm going to call Kawhi a bum because Clippers over Kawhi. I don't care what he's done everywhere else. My opinion on the All-Star game is that it shouldn't happen. My Warriors got hoed by my Mavericks. Motherfucker said my Warriors got hosed by my Mavericks. Get out of here, bro. What is this? Did they improve from last year? Who's they? Oh, the Clippers definitely improved from last year. Seeing how LeBron and Lakers played in the fourth quarter made me feel a bit better about how Kawhi did last night. I agree with that, Humayun Shahs. I was thinking the same thing. Hey, Tua boy. Yeah, Seth, but they still won the game, man. Why do I think Wes and Markieff aren't playing? Because they just aren't playing well. That's why they're not playing. They didn't earn their spot. They lost it. They're not making open shots. Their defense has been not really bringing enough to the table for me. I'm being hostile, but your fans are okay to say that? What's going on? I'm going live at 2:30 Pacific, 5:30 Eastern, right after the Clipper game, Simon. No, he doesn't need to quit the Clippers. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate you. Caruso needs more love. I give Caruso a lot of love. Derrick Rose is non-all-star. The Ink Man, okay, buddy. Damian Lillard called me out on Twitter. Yeah, I saw, and then you deleted it like a fool. What would you say to people who think KD is better than Larry Bird all the time? I'd say they know nothing about the history of the game. That's a terrible take. Dime Dropper, you are the go-to from Africa with respect. Thank you, G. Yeah, LeBron was clutch. Man missed the game winner and made those. Come on, Seth. Now you're hating. Give him. LeBron won the game. LeBron won the game. If it was Kawhi, we'd be saying he won the game. All that matters is the end result. Hard not to carry so hard today and lost. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna hear it. I'd imagine that's the case. I mean, the Nets don't really have many creators. But, it was Harden that played, not Kyrie. Have you ever made a video explaining why you're a Clipper fan? Yes, bro. Please go, what's it called? Go check it out, man. Go check it out on my channel. It's one of my most popular videos, why I'm a Clipper fan. It was for my first episode. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to watch the Harden game, Simon. I'll take your word for it that he had to carry so hard. But, bro, he's James Harden. Who'd they play against? What did you have for dinner, Dime? You're funny. Asher said, man, D, go check your phone right now. I have 400 text messages, but I couldn't check the text because I didn't want to get spoiled in the Laker game. I became a fan of the Warriors when they beat the Mavericks, which was my team in 2007. How do you become a fan of the Warriors when they beat your team? Oh. Yes, I do, Austin House, right? I do. Yeah, I don't know why Pistons were content to. If anybody, Plumlee stopped LeBron a couple times. I'm not going to answer your question, Austin. That's disrespectful. So we're going to ignore your fans, just call me a bitch, but somehow I was hostile. I didn't see what you said that warranted that. The refs cheated for LeBron. Okay, Brent, come on. If anything, the Lakers were getting some harsh calls against them. Jeremy Grant, come on, man. The Lakers were up 17. They're the better team. They won the game. Let's stop being ridiculous. I'm not come on. You guys are too emotionally invested to give other people credit sometimes. I'm the most emotionally invested of all you put together, but I'm not I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to discredit the basic victory. I don't know how long PG is going to be out, Luis Jose, so I'm just going to hope for one game at a time. And tomorrow we should win. Harden is the reason they don't have a bench. That is true. I don't know if he was solid with the Bucks last year, but he got some playing time. It was very limited minutes, ZZ Visions, and he couldn't make open threes enough. His defense was very average, so there wasn't really much to it, Ray Allen or Reggie Miller, I'm not sure. I think Reggie Miller makes tougher shots, but Ray Allen, I think Reggie Miller, I don't know. I have to watch. Ray Allen's pretty wet, though, but I think Reggie Miller by a bit. He didn't carry. If anyone's saying LeBron carry, they're delusional. AD played great. Shooter played great. He got some help from the role players. Yeah. Oh, Nets played the 76ers? Okay, that's fine. I mean, bro, you're not going to expect the Nets to beat the 76ers without Kyrie and KD. I mean, that's just not really. Thank you, Asim Dev Dudley. Thank you for my unbiased analysis. Is it good that Damian Lillard called me out? I don't know, man. You're like a 12-year-old with a burner. Denver does miss him. The Lakers were in the bonus. What was I saying? The Lakers were in the bonus in the last minutes of regulation and didn't drive or take advantage and settle for jump shots. They got the win, but very shaky. I agree, Mr. Type of Shot. Harden dropped 55? Braun was the reason the game went to OT. That's true, Ash. That's true. Why do the Pistons have Plumlee and Grant from Nuggets? I don't know. Good pickups? You don't think it elevated? I don't know, Ash. Like, he's winning and Kawhi choked last night. I mean, here's the thing. Let's be honest, guys. Right? Let's take our Clipper bias out of it. Let's take our Laker bias out of it. Right now, the MVP is Joel Embiid. Right now, he's got a lead ahead of people, I think. Let's give him credit, man. Why don't we root for a big man to win? We haven't had a center win MVP since 2000. Let's root for. I mean, if I would love if Kawhi won, but Embiid winning would be great. This would revitalize post game maybe and inspire people that a big man can still do this. I'd hope it'd be great if Embiid won. Because I've questioned his hunger a lot. So if Brady wins tomorrow, do you think he overtakes Jordan? I mean, it's different sports, man. I think basketball is very individual centric, so it's very easy to blame one player when you lose and credit a player when you win. So I don't know. No, the thing about Josh Jackson is he's had really good games this season. It's not just the Lakers. I've seen him go off like that against the Hawks. Yeah, Embiid's been great. Larry Bird is the only GOAT. I said that y'all acting like Kawhi and Clippers weren't shoved down our throats. Oh, they were. The Clippers were completely shoved down people's throats last year, but not in the sense that actually no, they were gassing us. They were gassing us way too much. I didn't like it either. There was the two best perimeter as if it's the it's the 2000s and it's all iso ball nowadays, or mostly iso ball and one-on-one defense. It's all pick and roll defense. Paul George and Kawhi one-on-one, it's just so overrated. Where was I? The refs definitely bailed the Lakers at the end. They should have let the game play out. I still don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Bilal Abbasi, the one person left over from Donald Sterling's reign is head athletic trainer Jason Powell. So you take that with whatever you will. Well, is Embiid only on track to play 50 games? I don't know. Rose to the Knicks? I don't know. Be better than Elfrid Payton. I feel you, Larry Bird. You actually played basketball. Okay. It was a joke. If LBJ had PG and Kawhi had AD, who do you think would win? Kawhi and AD, for sure. I don't think PG would be great with LeBron. I think he'd be solid. I'm rooting for Embiid to win. That should be amazing for other centers. Yes. Embiid is number one, but in my opinion, Braun number two. Fair enough. Kawhi's not winning the MVP, bro. Why are you saying that with such certainty? As if you've been watching have you been watching the games? Have you been? No, see, Austin Howes, you're delusional. You're not watching games. You're not watching that Kawhi's averaging 28 something, I don't know what, playing first team all defense and nearly 50, 40, 90 splits. So you're the one that's wrong. We're like a half game behind the Lakers. Like, yeah, so you're delusional. Stop. We watch every game over here. You're biased, clearly. You're biased. That's fair enough by Seth Greenberg. Just because the NBA released an MVP ladder, that means I have to listen to it? Seth Greenberg definitely goes on Twitter with a burner and copy pastes. Come on, man. No, I stopped playing fantasy basketball a year ago. Niona T, chill out. I feel you about Gasol and high vulnerable and pick and roll. So these moderators are cool. People call me bitch or what? Sounds a little biased. Michael George, man, calm down. I don't know. I wasn't looking at the chat, bro, okay? Calm down. All right, Larry. Larry, I like you. You got to chill, though, okay? Chris Bosh is extremely underrated. You guys are actually one game now. Okay, you want a cookie for that? Facts, Red Viper, about Skip. I think the Lakers will repeat, yes. Yeah. All right, guys. Chill on Michael George, Jonah Kim. Why are you adding him to the list? It's a tough rap, Ink Man. Danny from LA. What's good, G? No, I'm not biased to Kawhi Mazza. You're biased to LeBron. You literally have claimed to be a bronze sexual. What do I have to do to be able to present my take on your podcast? It's hard, bro. I don't let random people come in. But I will say this. Sports Me. Download the app, and then I can see your takes. Everybody download it. Sports Me. I'll be on it this week. Follow me on it. Look my name up. Chris Bosh was the old AD. If he got more touches back then, I'm sure Lakers would have won 4 straight. What is that supposed to mean? Goat man. Yeah, that's him. That's how you close, Dime. Okay, relax, Roberto Espino. Wade was not washed after the first ring. Those are bronze sexual talking points, bro. Chill out. Stop changing history. He was declining after the first ring. That doesn't mean he was washed. Dwayne Wade was still a top 5 player in the NBA. Get out of here. They're not worse offensively, are they? I don't think they're worse off. It's because of Anthony Davis. That has to be why. No, you're not, Mazza. Jonah's not a weirdo, bro. Don't come at Jonah. He's a diehard of Dime Dropper. Austin Howes, I don't know who you are. You're the one coming in with the cap tonight. All right, guys. Sports Me, correct, Peter. I still disagree. 2013 was still a beast. Dime Dropper Podcast. It's on. Dime Dropper Podcast. You have to make sure the podcast part. Anyway. Okay, he was not top 5. No, he was. I'll tell you, 2012, Kobe, Kevin Durant, and LeBron were the only better players in the NBA. I wouldn't take anyone else over Wade. I wouldn't take no centers at that time. Power forwards. I wouldn't take Dirk in 2012 over Wade, and he was likely the best power forward. And then I wouldn't take anybody outside of LeBron and KD. I still wouldn't take Melo until 2013 over him. So I would still take D Wade as the 5th best player in the NBA. So yeah, stop it. Which NBA player is the most annoying fans? I mean, you obviously know. I agree with the Bilal Abbasi. Thank you, Roberto. Do you think 1972 Lakers are overlooked as some of the greatest teams ever? Absolutely. No, I know they paved the way for LeBron to be the leader of the team. That has nothing to do with Dwayne Wade being washed. Duncan was great, but I don't think in 2012 he was better than D Wade. I think Tony Parker was the best player from that 2011 to 2014 run. Tony Parker was the best. He was arguably the best point guard in the league. He used to fucking wax Chris Paul when we played them. In the playoffs, he used to take it to another level, Tony Parker at that time. Duncan was great, but D Wade, that's the thing. The 2014, you can argue Tony Parker, but going into that series, you'd think that the Heat, I remember the Heat had the 2 best players in the series, D Wade and Bron. D Wade didn't perform like it, LeBron also didn't perform that great, despite what the numbers suggest. He got them in garbage time a lot of the games. But yeah, D-Wade didn't do that great in that series. Now that Bron, but going into it, you thought they were the two best players in the series, arguably. My favorite player of all time is Magic Johnson or Chris Paul. Tim Duncan, 2013 over Wade? I don't know. That's a tough one, man. I still take Tony Parker over Tim Duncan in that age. I'd say Wade. All right, I think I'm over. Tony Parker is overlooked. Is LeBron the great GM of all time? No, that would be Jerry West or Red Auerbach. No, I don't think he was better than TD in 07. But he was still great. 86 Celtics, hell yeah. All right, let's all right, I'm done for the night, guys. Got my friend waiting over here. So, yes, I definitely think KD Warriors are a top 5. If you're talking about a single season, I got the Chiefs tomorrow. Yeah, I think the Clippers. So Kawhi got carried. Wait, time out, Austin House. What's up with the Kawhi bias tonight? Why are you trying to discredit him so much? Like, he got carried? No. He won a finals MVP. He had help. He wasn't a top 2 player on his team, maybe not even 3, but he won the finals MVP because he played great. Why are you hating so much? Calm down. Give people credit. Who are you, buddy? Who are you? You said, remember me? Am I supposed to like that? All right. Yo, Mazza, you better chill with my mods before I boot your ass from the chat. I'm putting you on timeout. Could any teammate have helped LeBron against the Spurs in 07? Like, the teammates that actually were on the team? See you, Dime. Have a good night. Who was the best player in the league in 2006? Kobe Bryant. When did they announce on Jimmy Kimmel, J Love? They announced the Magic one? You said that Magic's tape is definitely interesting to watch. Thank you, QI. I appreciate you. Are you excited for the Magic documentary he announced on Jimmy Kimmel? When did he announce that? Of course I would be. I love Magic. Check my preview for the top 4 final standing. I'm not wavering on my picks. The Spurs aren't winning that ring without Kawhi. That's facts. All right. Because I have a friend over here, James. All right, you got to chill with that. 2019 Finals MVP. He was one of the great. It was a great Finals MVP. Stop hating. 2017 Warriors, Simon. All right, let's go. I don't think Wade was the best. I don't think he was better than Kobe Bryant. I think he just he executed. He executed. Yeah, Kobe should have won MVP. Yeah, I agree, Mr. Zeke. All right. Peace, guys. Sorry, Jordan.